Today in our financial moment, we are focusing on Social Security retirement benefits. If you claim before your full retirement age, your monthly benefit will be reduced. Still, many people do it anyway for a variety of reasons, I'm sure. Joining me now is our financial contributor, Heidi Hughes Camp Collins. Heidi, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Thank you for being here. Happy New Year.
To you as well.
We're glad to see you. So you are going over today really some general guidelines for Social Security. One reason why people are claiming early is because simply they need the income. They feel they need the income.
Right. This is kind of counterintuitive. You know, really and truly, if you unpack it, if you need income, you really should keep working.
Right.
Because your wage income is generally, I would say, 99 times out of 100 going to be more than your Social Security income.
Okay.
You know, it would be very unusual if it wasn't. So you need to keep working to build up those credits, you know, towards your retirement, your permanent retirement, and you want those benefits to be as high as possible. A lot of folks that claim at 62 don't have a 401k or an IRA or something like that. They're not going to have assets in later years, and so they need their Social Security benefit to be as high as possible.
Okay.
So they at least need to work till full retirement age, which for most folks now is going to be 67.
67, okay. So another reason that you had mentioned and you just alluded to, claiming early, because at 62 years old, people feel like I've worked a long time, I've worked enough, but they still need those several additional years in order to kind of get the most out of it.
This is an emotional argument.
Yeah.
People have this thing, well, I've worked my fair share.
Yeah.
You know, I put all this in, I want to get my fair share out.
Sure.
But here's the thing. A lot of these folks, again, maybe they retire at 62. If they get a part-time job before they're 67, they can only make up to a certain amount of money before their Social Security benefits start getting taxed.
Oh, okay.
And that they're not even getting the full benefit. So please keep working. You know, if you hate your job, go find another job.
Sure.
You know, there are jobs out there, people are hiring, go find another job, but keep working just so you're adding to that total that you're going to get later on.
Right.
That's going to be a permanently higher benefit.
Yeah, you will appreciate that.
You will be glad later,
Right.
you know, and everything is built on that. So if you're a married person, you know, to get a benefit that's as high as possible is going to help, you know, if your spouse is widowed.
Okay.
They're going to have a higher benefit if they claim on your record. COLA benefits, which are cost of living adjustments, are going to be higher.
Okay.
So it's all based on building up that permanent amount.
Okay, and does that go then along with the next point that you provided us with? So claiming early when you're unhealthy and you're married.
Right. So this is counterintuitive too.
Okay.
If you're unhealthy, people say to me, well, I'm unhealthy. I want my fair share. I contributed to Social Security, so I want to get my fair share out before I die. But if you're married and you have if you've got a spouse, you want to provide as richly as possible for that spouse. So you want your benefit to be as high as possible for your spouse, especially if historically, men make more in our society than women do. Men don't live as long as women. So if a man in a relationship, you know, if it's a heterosexual relationship, dies first, then his wife will get a higher benefit and higher cost of living adjustments later if he works later or if he puts off claiming.
Wow, so many ins and outs.
Yeah, until, you know, and maybe people, this doesn't make sense either, but if you have a 401k or an IRA and you're unhealthy and you can't work, you know, put it off. You know, don't claim until later, but, you know, start tapping that 401k or that IRA. That's money that's for retirement.
Okay, and that, what you were just speaking about too, kind of goes with this final point. Claiming early because you expect to die early because somebody in your family did. So that's another one that you hear often.
It's the whole thing about longevity insurance.
Yeah.
You know, to think of Social Security as longevity insurance. So I get people every week who come to me and say, well, my dad died early, or my Uncle Bob, or all the men in my family died early. So that means I'll die early too. So I should take it 62. And, you know, I even have people who come to me, Morgan, and they'll say, well, I don't want to live a long life.
Oh.
So, you know, I won't be around. You know, it doesn't work like that.
Tough to hear, yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You know, what you have to think about is, what if you do live long? I mean, we've got science, we've got, you know, new drugs every day, you know, that are adding to our life longevity, and we have to be prepared for that.
Sure.
So be ready, you know, put off claiming so you get a higher permanent amount and higher cost of living adjustments and higher benefits for a spouse.
Bottom line. Okay, well, lots of good insight there from Heidi. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the variety of services that Heidi offers, just visit her website. We've got it there on your screen, hhcinvestments.net. And a reminder, we've done so many segments together, you can see them all by visiting kwqc.com. Just click the tab for Quad Cities Live. Heidi, again, thank you so much for the info today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.